or gird itself for a squall. "We need people who are not predictable in their thinking," he says. His voice is a baritone, deep and richly textured. It echoes through the empty room and settles on the furniture. Staring across the fireside, the other man fills his lungs and exchanges a glance with the young woman sitting there. Although she is a good 20 years junior to both men, she carries a certain stillness which confers upon her a solid presence. The nature of her working relationship with the man she is watching often relies on communication not based on words, so she understands from the arch of his eyes, the position of his hand, that the statement just made has both flattered and perplexed him. She inclines her head a fraction to the left to let him know that she, too, is not yet sure what to make of it. It is different for women. Predictability. The quality she feels is dull and uninteresting, though regularly considered a dependable trait in her sex. Evidence of sound mental balance. "Unlike our officers," the man continues. He has lowered his voice to a volume just above a whisper. Perhaps he has noticed the echo too. "Our British officers," he repeats, "who are gentlemen, are used to conducting war like a game of cricket. We believe the Germans are abandoning all rules. They are politically violent and murderous." He lets that hang in the air between them, his eyes twin searchlights gauging his guest's response. The young woman assumes a vacant gaze. She is able to apply it speedily, like cold cream from a pot, whenever she is scrutinized, which is so often that she almost does it without thinking. In the opposite armchair, her boss, Jonty, has done the same. Snap. She would laugh if it wasn't so. If the situation weren't so. The man has raised his voice again, and she does not complete the thought. If she had, she might have used such a word as serious or alarming. Either would have increased her degree of tension, and she might have giggled inappropriately. So, it is just as well. "The rejection of any collective notion of decency," he is saying, "at present gives the Third Reich an advantage." The German term makes her shudder. It is hard and aggressive. Fatal. In his deeply upholstered chair, Jonty lets out a low whistle and shakes his head. The other man nods. "It is vital that we are not hampered by our innate sense of fair play and justice. There are those who cling on to their idea of a noble war. It no longer exists." "But it's come to this, Hugh," replies Jonty and strokes his moustache. "Agreed," says the man. "But there is no time for hand-wringing." The phrase makes the younger woman realize that, although not quite wringing her hands, she has unconsciously let them stray to clench the hem of her skirt. She spreads her fingers and smooths out the creased fabric. Hugh observes her, keen to dominate attention. "We, in the security service, need young, quick, clever minds." The words security service both surprise and appall her. This hadn't been mentioned before, not when they were invited to the meeting, though invited was too generous a word for their delivery to the club. It had been more like an intervention or an order. Perhaps she should have worked it out, but the security service. Who would have thought? The thrill that goes through her is quickly followed by an internal voice that sounds like the disapproving instructress at the ladies' academy she attended. "You're neither agile nor bright, nor connected enough to be an asset to such an organization." And then